In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a bar chart. Okay, so first thing we do, we're going to put our cursor and click anywhere in the data we want to graph. And we're going to come to Insert, Chart. All right, so the editor will add whatever chart it thinks works best for you, the type of data you have here. It seems like it has gone with a bubble graph. But we're gonna come here to chart type. We are in the chart editor, and again the chart editor opens automatically, but if it doesn't, you just double click on your chart and the editor will pop up. Okay, first thing we need to come here, we have two options, customize and setup. So we need to come here to setup, and that's where we can choose our chart type. Okay, so I said we are doing a bar chart, and here we have three types of bar chart: traditional bar chart, stacked bar chart, and 100% stacked bar chart. So we are just going to do a normal bar chart. Okay, so I clicked on it, and at the moment what is showing me is for each item is showing me the price and the tax. So the value for the items, the price for the item, and the amount of tax on the item. Okay, now let's play around a little. Stacking. If you select stacking, you could just go for the chart type and select stacking, but you could also change it here. So you could do a standard stacking. So instead of having the two different bars, you have only one with different colors. So this is the price and this is the tax. I think this is actually easier to see. Or if you do 100% stacked, then it's just gonna show the percentage, which in this, with the data that we are looking in here, it doesn't make sense because the tax rate is the same. So of course, it's going to look the same. So 100% stacking doesn't work. So let's go for standard stacking, or let's actually stay on the none for now. Okay, and the y-axis, it's the fruit, which makes sense here. And the series is price and tax. We could add series. So remember, when we look at our data, we had the price, the tax, and the total price. Now, I agree with the editor choice here of only do price and tax, because price plus tax equal total price. So basically this plus this equals this, right? But however, we could also add here total price. And you see now we have three lines. We have one line for total price, which is the green one that was added. And again, just to show you how I did it, let me delete it. So let me remove it. I'm just gonna click here on the three dots, remove it. I came to add series, and I clicked on select data range. And then when my cursor was here, I just select the whole column D, which is where the data is. I'm gonna cancel now because I already added. Oh, sorry. And it's an option now here in the drop down. Okay, I could also play around with the order. Let's remove price, tax. I have now total price, and then we can add price and tax. And you see that now it's in order. Okay, let's change no, let's go to customize first. So customize, again, chart style. You can, one thing that I always do, I remove the border because I think it looks better if you are pasting this into a presentation. And you see, when you remove the border, it means like the border here around the graph. Okay, so I always put this to none. You can play around with font, background color. Doesn't make sense to have background color for me, but if you want, you do you. You could put it into nothing. You don't see it well here, but when you put in a presentation, it could be good. But let's just go back to the white background. Okay, so that was the style. Chart and axis title. Tax versus price, you can rename this whatever you like. Let's leave it like that. You can just center it, make it bold, change the font size if you'd like. Don't really need to change this. Let's just put it to auto. I think that was good. Title color, all those things you can edit. The series. So this is one thing that I wanted to show you. You can change the line thickness. I think that those lines are too thin. So you could make it like, for example, 4 points, 8 points. You can make them thicker. You can change the opacity, you can change the dash type. But I think right now it's fine with just a normal one. And you can change the line color. All right, I think that's fine for now. You have also the option here to add data labels. So for each of them, it's gonna add the price, but here is too much data. So we don't want data labels on this specific chart. Okay, legend. There isn't actually anything here for us to edit, so let's leave it. Horizontal axis. Nothing specific in this chart that makes sense. Vertical axis, grid lines and ticks. You could add major ticks if you wanted. You see it in here, so it's a little bit easier to read. And you can edit all sorts of things here in the ticks, but that's fine. Now another thing that you can do, for example, you can come directly to the graph and add it directly here. So I don't want price written here. I'm just going to delete it. So I just double click and I press delete and this is gone. And if you didn't want a title, you can do the same here. You can just double click and delete. And that's the bar graph. Now let's go back to setup and I want to change the stacking. So again, to change the stacking, you can either change the type of bar graph. So you could do it here, or you can simply come to stacking and change it to a standard stacking. So now we are seeing the total price, the price, and the tax. Now, again, this data is kind of misleading because basically price per tax is the total price. So we are kind of showing twice the same thing. And I just added the total price here to show you how to do it. But if you wanted to remove it, you just come here to these three dots, you click and you remove it. And now we are back to only price and tax. Okay, one thing that I want to show you, when you are in customize, if you just click on the lines, you come here, customize in series, you can change the color. Okay, so let's say price, I want it in green. Okay, and tax, I want it in red. Ooh, I don't like this red, it's ugly, huh? It's still ugly. Anyways, so, just so you know how to edit this, just double click here. Sorry, just click here and this is going to open the editor for you on customize series and you can change the color. And again, same thing as before, you can change the line thickness as well if you think that this is too thick. And the dash.